Hey guys, I wanted to do the Trinity already works part 2. Talk to you a little bit more about it, how this beast and the system, and we can read about this beast in Revelation. It tells us, like that Hydra has 7 heads and 10 horns, and horns are power, you guys. And these heads are 7 rulers over 7 dominions. And it's right under your nose, working in high places, power and control. That same system, you guys, from the garden, has already been going and has never stopped. Some follow a way that brings heaven, as written. Others build their own evil devices of their own hearts and minds. And you guys know about this system out there. You know about these guide stones. If you don't, go and look it up. In the history of these occults and Masonic stuff all go back, and it's all a deception. It's anything but to worship God. It's self-exalting yourself above everything else. Do whatever you want. Knowledge is good, but man corrupts and leads the masses, you guys, in a direction that is destruction, and it's self-exalted. You can read about all this stuff, you guys, if you don't know, and check into it. I'm just going to go over what I feel led to. The true designer of the universe is God, not man by tools and by angels of knowledge of the Creator. And they worship the creation more than the Creator. God told us that. These people will teach you out here, all these different groups, anything that's off of the direction of God is to be your own God, to seek knowledge of angels, messengers, familiar spirits left from the dead. They worship anyone but the true God. And just like there's 2 in this system, just like Christ, when he returns, he will rise from this mass deception of that's brought by the angels, by the fallen, by the people, by the system, and nursing this along. The people deceive because Satan's coming in peace. But when Christ returns, cleansed by fire, guys. But the Masonic and this Illuminati and the system, they are waiting for this wound, the deadly wound that Revelation talks about happening. And then this phoenix, this magic bird, rises from the ashes of this collapse. And I'll talk about Revelation, and I'll read you those passages later on, but I'm going to stick with the videos right now. Many claim to be of our brother Judah. Christ told us that too, but our very different agenda, and not fathers at all, but man's. And see, we got the Red Star Jews and that seed that come out of the garden, you guys, and we've got the system of commerce, of usury, of trickery out there, the use of the people, the manipulation of knowledge. It goes on and on. Knowledge is power. It's instruction. It's know-how. It's an edge. It's to control areas. And when you can control these things, you can control the people. To control the truth and to block knowledge, you can begin to construct your own views projected to a false seat, deceiving. That means you can make the world what you want. Just like if you take out history, you can evolve it to whatever you want it to be. Teaches misleading and causes the people to begin to look, to be told what to do instead of think for themselves, because you hold the answers, brainwashed. They've done it to the word, they've done it to everything. They feed you what you want to hear in music, they feed you what you want to hear on TV, and if you don't think for yourself and come back and pull yourself out of the flesh during the day and come to a spirit mind, because we're all going to be out here in this and we're all going to sin, you guys are going to get caught up in it. the people that are running the world and these seven heads on this Hydra, who do you think it is? Who do you think they are? And then we've got a bunch of little tails off of it. We're talking about a lot of tails today. A rose is beautiful but has thorns. Genesis told us about the thorns and who they were. Those are the tares, you guys. They do hide among the truth to avoid you. And it's that seed that came off. Those claiming to be of Christ but are not. And just because groups might go out and donate and do all this work and parades and stuff, look at what they do. And you'll see, because they hide, and in biblical numerics, number 5 is grace, and they hide in it. Because they think that's going to change, and that's going to help. And it's sad, because they do a lot more than people that are good do, when you really look at it. And look who's taking care of children's hospitals, and look who owns all the banks, you guys, and look who owns everything. God wrote that there be people turn their backs towards the temple. You be praying towards the temple. We read about it in Revelation and Ezekiel, Isaiah, all through the Bible. A little handshake there. You guys, some of these low-level guys are misled, and some of them only take their lodges too far, and they restrict who comes in and what goes on there. So it's in that degree, but I would stick with the Bible, because when you really go and tear everything apart, you can take it. It all attaches back to 1776, even back farther than that to Solomon, but you can see the things that they did, guys. But originally, there's a bunch of different branches. You get the magic off here that the Jews do. You get all of it. And really, what this is a common God altar. And it's to put whatever gods you want up there. It's all these occult groups coming together. And see, they use the Masons to bring this common ground. So there's a lot of different ones out there, and when you see ones, it's not just this one Mason or Masonic group. It's a whole bunch of different ones out here. There's Middle Eastern. It goes on, you guys. There's temples, shrines. And this is the one world system painted in an airport. And the world's order's coming. You guys, please wake up, and I'm serious. Go out there and look and pray to God. If you want the Holy Spirit, if you want to feel God, pray to Him. Go in deep emotions and talk to Him, guys. You'll feel Him. He promised it. You got a lot of different things that happen in Russia, and look what Hitler was doing, and look what's going on in Germany and the Russians that burning the Jews in the churches, and look who was doing it. And remember this seed doctrine. Remember this communist and Russia going back and forth. They call it flip-flop Russia. There's a lot of good people there, guys, and they were killed and murdered. We've got, just like our government went in and they even found and came back and reported about what they were doing. And these groups that were controlling over here. Just killing people. I mean, it's ridiculous. Population control, plagues, diseases they were putting on them. And what was Hitler doing? And one thing we know, he was power, wisdom, knowledge, truth, so he could control the masses, guys. And just like the Seder Square, that a lot of you could put a whole bunch of different things in here, guys. This is a key, and it unlocks. And in the next one, we'll get into about what the Seder is and how there's formula with the swastika and what he was doing. And this is like for every negative, there's a positive, you guys, and we have mirror numbers and different things like that. But like I said, this is, always remember to stick with God, and we'll come back in this next one, and we'll talk more about this. And I'll pick up right here where we left off. And just remember that positive for negative everywhere in the world, guys. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.